RJ, bro, what's good with you, man? Welcome to SiriusXM Pandora
Going on,
now.
man? Yeah, I'm blessed to be here, bro. For real, you don't know how much this means to me.
Man, I'm glad you're excited to be here, dog. I've definitely been paying attention to your run, like since I was able to catch wind of it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely during like the Humble Souls takeover. The name I forgot the name of the tape. I'm not gonna lie, but the one that Two Gone was on with
Yeah, you're
NBA
the problem.
YoungBoy.
Yeah.
Like that was like one of the standout songs. But I listened to the rest of the tape. If I could give you the names of the songs that I would do it right now. But I ain't gonna go too far into it, man. I'm gonna just be like, bro, like you really did your thing, and I'm excited to see like where you're going as far as your career. You feel
Man,
me?
thank you so much.
So like just give people a little bit of insight of who you are. Like how do you think you've evolved as a person ever since like you've gotten to the industry the way you are now?
Yeah, so for those of y'all who don't know, my name is RJ. I'm a singer, songwriter, rapper from New Orleans, the Lower Ninth Ward to be specific, and I've been doing music pretty much my whole life. Singing, rapping. I took a liking into singing at a young age because I saw how it attracted the females, the women and stuff like that. So that just made me want to take it even further. And I did. By the time I got to high school, I started releasing real music, and we got this thing going, locked in with a manager, and now we here, bro, for real. We with The Rock now, so it's major, like it's big.
Yeah, that's definitely big, man. Where do you what was that point like in high school where you were just like, okay, I'm really gonna take this music thing seriously and just like put it out, because I do recognize in your music there is a bit of vulnerability.
Yeah.
And I think artists have an issue of being like type vulnerable early, but you didn't really have that issue. So like what gave you like, that confidence to be like open early?
Man, I think self-consciously, like, I just knew that I didn't have no other route. Like, in high school, one of the scariest things for me was all the homeboys was like, yeah, I'm about to go offshore, or I'm about to go to college, or I'm about to do this. And I'm just like, I don't know what I want to do, but I knew that music was something that I loved. So I went with it. And it really was everybody's support that kept me going. My fans, my family, they just made me want to be confident in who I am and just continue to be vulnerable in my music, because that's what got me here.
For sure. Now, just to break into it, like, a lot of people may have never been to New Orleans, so they don't even know what the Lower Ninth is. You feel me? Like, they grew up listening to the song, so they probably know about, like, Magnolia, they know about the Calliope, stuff like that, but that's Third Ward, you know what I'm saying? So, like, what is it like in the Lower Ninth, like, as you were growing up?
Well, we wanted the more popular wards. You know how, like, different places have different, like, bureaus and stuff like that. So we go by wards, like different hoods, different projects and stuff like that. So the Lower Ninth Ward was actually the first place to get hit by Katrina too. So yeah, it's a lot of essence right there in the Ninth Ward. We got a lot of great artists come out of the night, and just in that surrounding area, Lil Wayne from the Magnolia projects and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I guess the Ninth Ward is just like kind of like any other war. I guess everybody back home gonna crucify me for saying this, but New Orleans is a small place. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of similarity within that small bubble.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, from the outside looking in, not being a New Orleans native, I can say it is kind of a small place. Like it's compact, but like going to other cities, even like Houston, like it seems like a big city, but it's still small.
Yeah, man, it might be different little slangs or whatever, like different little calls and stuff like that. But majority, man, it's pretty much the same. Yeah,
I dig it.
Yeah.
All right, so like let's break into it, man. Like, how did the whole situation with NBA even come about? Like before?
Well, when I started releasing music in high school, I got in touch with Fee Banks, who at the time I didn't know who he was, or I didn't know the impact that he had on the culture in New Orleans. Like he's big, but he manages NBA YoungBoy. So when I was about 17, I was still releasing music and stuff like that, and he had introduced me. This was when YB was still like really coming up, but he was making a noise. He introduced me, and I met him early. You know what I'm saying? I got to shake his hand, and years went by. I continued to do my music thing, and YB was, starting his label, Big 38, and I just was the perfect fit for it. You know what I'm saying? Me and Fee had been locked in that whole time without even no paperwork. Fee was one of those people who just always believed in me. So shout out to him, man. I'm blessed to have him on my team and stuff like that. But yeah, and YB is incredible, man. We linked back up. He liked the music, he liked the energy, the synergy, everything was there, and now we here, bro. So free Big Bro.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
All right, so Let's jump into the tape, man. You're dropping a tape, man. It's
Yeah.
called Heart on Wax. Now, I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory,
Yeah.
but I still want to know, like, what mental space, or like, where were you at, like, just as a person
Yeah.
when you were creating this tape?
Man, I think, and I don't think I've said this anywhere, but I was a bit frustrated, man. I think with my last project, You're the Problem, it definitely was a growing type of thing, you know. But I feel like I wasn't as confident in the music as I am about this project. So I guess what frustrated me the most was just like, when you in this, when you in the industry, it's like you have to have a certain thing. Like, what's your thing? You know what I'm saying? Everybody just kept asking me that, like, man, what's your thing? Like, who's your audience? Who you talking to?
Yeah.
And it just, all that built up frustration. I'm like, man, I got so much on my heart, so much on my mind I want to put into the music. And I want to do it in a way that's me. And one thing that I've always told people when it came to my music was that I'm versatile. And people be like, oh, what that mean? Like, you know, I feel like that's has been one of my biggest barriers. But at the same time, no, like, this is who I am. I am versatile. There's 30 different me's within me, you know what I'm saying? One day I'm happy, one day I'm sad, one minute I'm, you know, and I'm just giving you all of that on this project, and not shying away from who I am.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. So do you feel like, you know, within those moments, like when people are asking you, like, what's your thing, that they were trying to box you in, essentially, right?
I guess in a sense, but at the same time, people do like things that they can, you know, grasp or hold on. And that was the main reason that, you know, it was important for us to have a theme with this project, you know. Rest in peace to the late Rod Sterling. But what we wanted to do with this project was create a world for it. You know what I'm saying? Some of my favorite artists, Travis Scott, Don Toliver, when you think of these artists, they have worlds surrounding them. So we wanted to create a world, man. That's why on the cover art, shout out Reno, who did the creative directing on that. But the cover art is me by the moon in the suit. Just the whole aesthetic we wanted to give it, just so people got something to grab onto.
For sure. Little bit of the lonely vibes, a little bit of
you know what I'm saying?
Heartless romance.
Yeah. But the good thing I love about this project, bro, is that everything is a bop. You could dance to, you could move to it all, no matter what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. All right, so let's break into a couple of the tracks. One that I feel like is one of the most notable, or one that I enjoyed the most off of the EP itself, is that Southern Twang.
Oh yeah.
So let's break that down, because there's a little bit of a switch on it, and like how you mentioned Travis Scott, I can see like that area. You know what I'm saying? Like, just talk to me about that track.
Nah, I love that record. I love this project, but I love that record because like most of the songs on the project, I sat with a couple of producers and we created a lot of this stuff by scratch. Like, yo, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Rather than just me going in the studio with some beats and laying down some stuff, we like, no, what do you think about this? How you feel if we did this? And we took it there. So, you know, I locked in. I went home, you know, because a lot of music that I create, we do it in Atlanta and New York. I was like, nah, I got to do this. I got to do this home. So, you know, we set up the studio and shout out Paradox who did the production. But yeah, they went crazy, man. I definitely knew that I wanted something on the project that was like nuts, bananas, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I could rap at the end of the day. So I be wanting to show that too. So yeah, that's how that record came about. Started off real slow. It's like, nah, we got to kick this up. Let's do a little switch. And we turned it up.
And nah, I'm really glad that you mentioned like you being a rapper itself, because I like back in the day, like, you know, a lot of the early stuff people could still hear like your rap, like your bars.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
for
so
sure.
It's just like, you know, I definitely noticed when you went into that lane of being more melodic and more like appealing to the ladies.
Yeah.
But I think, like, you know what I'm saying, I do enjoy the rap part.
Yeah, man. I love hip hop at the end of the day, and I'm a student of the game.
Yeah.
So rapping is just always gonna be a part of who I am.
That's love. All right, so the next song that I want to jump into, I'm not sure how it reads now. Is it a no love letter or is it a NO love letter?
So it's New Orleans love letter, but it's kind of like a play on it, you know, because it's not a love letter at the end of the day. So it's no love letter. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so like break into that track for me a little bit if you can.
Yeah, so that's another one, like I said, where we just sat down and just was brainstorming. And for the project, for this EP, I wanted to do like conceptual records. Like, you know, some of my favorite albums, like Carter 3 and stuff like that, they had good like conceptual songs. I think he did like Dr. Carter on Carter 3 or something like that. And I used to listen to a lot of Nas, and I just love those artists who tell stories. So I sat down with my producer Scales, shout out Scales, and we're like, man, I don't know, man. I want to tell a story. Like, because a lot of people don't even know where I'm from. Like, it's weird. I see a lot of my fans in the city, and they be like, yo, RJ, like, I didn't know you was from here. We thought you from New Orleans, whatever. We thought you from New York or LA or whatever. So I'm like, nah, man, we gotta create a song that's specifically for, my setting and what I go through. So yeah, I put pen to pad, man, and we wanted to keep the instrumental real simple, but throw in pieces of sounds and effects to really just make that story come to life. And I'm a rapper at heart, and I just love storytelling. I always have. So yeah, that's how we came up with that record. Like, man, we just need to tell a dope ass, fire ass story. You know what I'm saying? Some crazy shit. No.
Honestly, bro, I would have assumed that they thought you was from Baton Rouge.
Yeah, nah, man. Most people think I am legit from New York. So if you are watching this, hearing this, I am from New Orleans. I am a native, but New York is like my second home. I rock with New York heavy, but yeah. So that's how that record came about.
Facts. All right, so let's talk about Alone.
Yeah.
This is it's a little bit of a heartfelt track. You
feel
me?
Yeah.
So talk to me about that one.
So again, we sitting down, we coming up with ideas, and I remember one of the days that I left the studio on the ride home, that Neo and Jeezy record came on the radio, and I'm like, damn, I haven't heard this since, so long. It's just one of those sleeper records, and now we're in the age where people are definitely constantly sampling music, and it's working, you know what I'm saying? So when I went back to the studio the next day, I said, Scales, man, I got an idea. And I just sung him the hook, she said she wish she could, and he was just like, yo, like this, like you sound perfect, like, and he was like, man, let's just throw a twist in it. So I'm like, gotta leave the streets alone. So yeah, I was like, man, we gotta do it, pay homage to the big homies, and just give something to the people that they could feel, that it's a familiar, it's a familiar feeling. So yeah,
definitely one of them familiar tracks, an old time favorite, man. It's like, I'm glad that you brought it back, because like, sometimes like you forget like where you were when you had that music going on, and like I like that nostalgic feel, being able to put me back in that car or wherever I was while I was riding. It's like, damn,
sir.
She did say that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah, man. All right, so the next track that I want to hop into is Too Late. Yeah, talk to me about that one.
So that one, I recorded that in New York. Shout out to Band on the Beat. They did the beat. And it was just one of those records where I was really going through it. And I wanted to get real vulnerable. Because I say this a lot, but in our community, the Black community, we don't too much look and outsource for therapists and stuff like that when we going through things. So I wanted to put on a record, some of the stuff that I go through mentally when I'm going through heartbreaks and stuff. And I just wanted to get deep, because a lot of people, go through these mental breaks and have suicidal thoughts and don't have nobody to talk to or feel like, nobody could relate. So I know I got a lot of fans out there who love and support my music, and I just wanted to tell them, I relate. I go through the same thing that you go through, you know what I'm saying? No pain is different from, anybody else's pain. Pain is pain. So, yeah, but I wanted to give them a record that was, sad like that, but I still wanted to have some knocking bass to it. So, yeah, that's how we delivered that, man.
That's what's up. All right, so out of all the tracks on the EP, like which one do you say is your favorite?
Probably Too Late. It just it evoked the most emotion from me. You know what I'm saying? For real, like it just is damn near like a tearjerker, because if you know me, you know the things that I go through, and I forgot to mention, when we was putting this project together, it was important for me to let my audience know that I do suffer from something called borderline personality disorder. And I feel like that plays a big role in the whole versatility and my artistry and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think with that record, you kind of get a sense of that, how I can go from being happy on Southern Twang, jumping up and down, to just immediately just switching it, and getting in that bag. So I thought it was important to put a record like that on there.
For sure. And like, even like just to tap into like the borderline personality disorder, like how do you manage something like that when you have to deal with like different energies on a regular basis? Like,
it's hard, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard. But with time, with therapy, bro, I've learned to just I've learned to just push through and get through. And my support team is really, really great. And you know, creating music allows me to just keep pushing, bro, for real. Cause I know the end goal. I know where I want to be. I know what's gonna make me happy, you know, when it's all said and done. So we just pushing, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
Salute to you for taking care of yourself, bro.
Man,
and
thank you,
doing
bro.
it on a big level. You did.
Yeah, thank you, bro. That shit, it means a lot.
All right. So, like, you know, I just want to wrap it up on these last couple of questions, man. First off, is like, what is maybe like one of your most memorable moments of your hip hop career, like thus far?
Wow, that's crazy. I don't know, man. I'd say probably going to the Rock Nation brunch for sure. That was something that me, my mom, all the homies every year would see on the internet, all the celebrities linking up and stuff. So when I got the chance to go up there, my peers was like, whoa, like, you know what I'm saying, seeing me in the room with all of these celebrities and stuff like that. But I felt right at home. I felt like I was bred to be in that room. But that probably was one of the craziest moments. And shout out Huey V, who's another artist on the label. We was in there just kicking it, man, cooling it, smoking. Like, it was a vibe, but it was so surreal. You know what I'm saying? Because as I'm sitting here chilling, we got Lil Kim over here and Meek, 2 Chainz over here. Just was a lot going on, man. So that probably was the craziest for sure.
Who was like the first person that you went and like you just had to be like, "What's up, bro?" Like, cause you ain't seen him before or something. Like that.
One of the first people, probably Giveon.
Word.
Yeah, probably Giveon. I like his music a lot, and
That's what's up.
and when I seen him, he was really like just standoffish. Like, he wasn't about nobody. Like, he wasn't mingling at all. So I was like, let me go holler at my dude.
Looks like he needs a
and
friend
show him
today.
some love. Yes. But shout out Giveon. I think that's how you say it, right? Giveon? Yeah. That was probably the first person
That's
I ran
what's
up
man.
on.
Shout out to LBC, man.
Yeah.
All right. So last question, bro. What does hip hop mean to you?
Everything, bro. Hip hop is life. I wake up hip hop. I go to sleep hip hop. I breathe hip hop. That's all I know, and it's very important to me. So it's everything.
For sure, man. Well, we keep it simple like that, man. Bro, RJ, bro, I appreciate you for coming through, man. Tapping in. It's always love when you through SXM, Pandora now, bro.
Man.
And y'all know that hard on wax.